Lep pozdrav, moje ime je Janez Virant, prihajam iz Slovenije, lepših držav v Evropi, turistični vodnik in spremljalec poti že desetletja.
Hi, my name is Ivana Hosnik and I'm a local guide in Ljubljana. I'm actually quite a new guide. It's been maybe 5-6 months that I've been started guiding.
Za ta poklic sem se odločil, pa moram reči po naključju, zaplavati vode, tudi malo menjal vmes, ampak se vedno vračam in tako zdaj že kar nekaj časa konstantno to počnem.
Why I started is actually because of the languages. I speak 5 different languages and I wanted to keep up practicing all the languages I know. As you know, it's important to use them, otherwise you can kind of forget them. Since I'm also a painter and artist and I was spending a lot of time in my studio alone, I wanted to go out and meet people.
Poklic mi je seveda všeč zato, ker sem stikal z ljudmi, ker se učim, tudi če v, bom rekel, starejšem obdobju spremljam trende, sem aktiven.
I was also new in Ljubljana. I mean, now it's been 5, almost 6 years that I've been living here. But I wanted to go out, meet people, and meet also more locals, but also people from abroad. And that's how I got the idea that actually guiding would be a perfect combination where I would go out from a studio, get to meet new people, but also speak the languages that I know. I did the exam last year, so I'm not that experienced guide yet, and I cannot really compare how it used to be in the past to how it is now. So I will just leave that to my older colleagues.
Kaj se je najbolj spremenilo v vodenju? Po mojem mnenju najbolj, seveda veliko stvari, ampak najbolj se je spremenil gost, ki je vedno bolj zahteven. Kaj se je izboljšalo pri vodenju? Jaz bi predvsem rekel dostopnost in pa naše tehnične zmožnosti, ki jih imamo. In kaj se je izgubilo pri vodenju? Bom rekel, ta malo nostalgična sposobnost improvizacije, ki je seveda še vedno prisotna, ampak nekoč je bilo tega mnogo več. Ja, največji izziv našega poklica prav gotovo je bil čas covida, lockdowna, kot za vse ostale, naša profesija je bila ena prvih na udaru. Ja, znašli smo se, tako kot večina, vsak po svoje. V Sloveniji je nekaj prispevala država k našemu poklicu, tako da se lahko tudi državi zahvalimo, da smo še naprej lahko, ko se je zadeva umirila, nadaljevali z našim delom.
Okay, so one of the challenges in the beginning of the career, as always when you're starting something new, is how to reach people, how to get to know people, agencies, tour leaders, and so on. So that was maybe my question and problem half a year ago, but now that has changed and somehow naturally it evolved, developed, and I have now already so many great colleagues and people that I meet every day.
Največji razlike v vodenju, ki jih jaz opažam, so še enkrat bom rekel, tehnični, nekoč ni bilo vodenja slušalkam. Nismo si mogli deliti lokacij, ker je danes nezamisljivo, da bi nekega WhatsApp ali pa Viber in teh podobnih orodij tale naš posel delal. Včasih je bil telefon, včasih je bil faks, ampak je tudi takrat funkcioniralo.
One of the possible problems in the future of guiding and generally tourism is connected with the mass tourism and maybe dissatisfaction of local people with visitors or big groups that people are not used to having so many new people in the city going through the city center. And I think it's necessary also for politics to find solutions to that. What is a big surprise, or what was a big surprise for me, that locals are sometimes not really in a good mood when they see tourists. And I'm also surprised because people, those same people are also traveling. So some kind of middle solution should be found because I think that a lot of different visitors enrich the city and dynamics in the city, but also the locals should not be suffering from that. And I lived in other countries and cities, for example, in Portugal, in Porto, where everyday life has also become a bit more difficult due to mass tourism.
Ja, najbolj se mi je urezala spomin anekdota, odnosno dogodek, anekdota, ki se je zgodila zelo, zelo na začetku moje kariere, moje drugo vodenje. Druga gostja, ki je stopila z avtobusa, si je zlomila nogo in to je en grd zlom, tako da je bilo potrebno helikoptersko reševanje.
There is this one story I liked. It was a small group of visitors at the end of the tour. Sometimes they're also curious. They want to know a bit more about me, not just about the city and local stories. And so they asked me what I do in my life or professionally. And I told them that I'm a painter and I'm a full-time artist, and that I have an exhibition at the moment in the city center. And they were curious about it. Where is it and what's the topic? So I explained them that it's about plants that are thriving in toxic land, and that you can see a lot of vivid colors. And then one of the guests just was like, okay, wait a minute. And then she pulled out her phone and she opened photos and she was like, is this maybe your work? I was like, yeah, that's mine. So she was also surprised that she can, that she can meet me and that I was the author. And it turns out that they have already seen the exhibition since they were walking around the city on their own. And she made photos of this work. So it was a kind of surprise on both sides, but it was just a great story how everything is kind of connected.
Ja, biti turistični vodnik pomeni meni danes kruh, pomeni meni danes izziv, pomeni meni danes še vedno osebnostno rast, saj se vsak let nekaj novega naučim.
I mean, it's a very dynamic profession, and it means that I get to meet a lot of people every day. I can speak the languages and I mean, not just practice, but share my knowledge about the city and about the everyday life.
Ja, za bodoče mene za ta profesijo seveda ne skrbi, ker vse te zadeve, ki prihajajo, ki so zadaj, nikakor ne morejo nadomestiti živega stika z obiskovalcev, živega pogovora z gostom, možnost improvizacije, biti fleksibilen, slediti zadevam na lokalni ravni. Tako da mene za prihodnost profesije absolutno ne skrbi.
And I think it's important that we have this human touch. Of course, people can get also other types of information about the city from the books, from the audio guides, and so on. But being a guide means that you are there, that people can see you, can also hear your story or your side or your everyday life in the city, and that's what is important, the personal touch.
Evo, za budućnost vodenja mene ne skrbi, našega profesije, turistični vodnik bo vedno pomemben člen, povezovalec, pripovedovalec zgodb, ne bo ga zamenjala nobena tehnika ustrezno.
I'm not sure because I don't have that much experience in the field to compare how it used to be and also to say what should be or how it should be in the future. But maybe if you ask me in a year, I'll have some answers.
Spremembe, kaj naj se spremeni v bodoče, morda še bolj razumevanje gosta, delo na čustveni inteligenci, delo na dostopnosti in pa tudi obvladovanje vseh možnosti, ki nam jih tehnologija ponuja danes. Evo, moj nasvet za bodoče turistične vodnike je, podajate se v lep poklic, ki pa seveda ni lahek, je zahteven, moraš biti prilagodljiv, moraš se učiti. In pa predvsem moj glavni nasvet je nikoli, ampak res nikoli ne zapasti v rutino, ker rutina je umetna inteligenca.
My advice for future guides or anyone interested in giving tours is maybe to learn languages because the more you know, the higher the value is that you can also give to others. And people also appreciate when they see that you can speak their language. That means that you have invested time into learning the language, but also you know a bit more about their culture, so you can compare it better. And nowadays there are so many other options like translation, direct translation, simultaneous translation, all the apps. But then what is missing there is the human touch and all the effort that you had to put to get there. So I think everything that you do and that you learn and invest in your knowledge kind of pays off.